Welcome to the Coupler.io Academy, where industry experts share tips and tricks on working with data. In this video, we will teach you how to sort data in Google Sheets. Hi there, I'm Crystal. Sorting is a wonderful feature of every spreadsheet tool, Google Sheets included. It lets you organize your data in your preferred order, pick the best or worst performers, group related records, and more. Your favorite spreadsheets from Google come with several different methods to sort data. The main two are the built-in sorting features and the sort function. While they both sort data, it's worth knowing how they differ too. The built-in method for sorting data in Google Sheets is manual, meaning you'll need to trigger it whenever you want to sort data. It's mostly suitable for static data sets that don't change much. Sorting changes the original data set. The sort function can be used to sort data in Google Sheets each time it's run. It's automated and quickly reacts to any changes to the spreadsheet data. Because of that, it's mostly suitable for dynamic data sets. Google Sheets sort function creates a new copy of your data. Okay, how about we now jump into a spreadsheet and see the available approaches in action? I've prepared a sample data set that features 30 advertising campaigns that I ran across 4 different networks. If you'd like to follow along, grab the link that appears in the corner of your screen. For now, my data is sorted by the ID column in ascending order. It doesn't tell me anything about, for example, which campaigns performed best in terms of clicks. To sort data in Google Sheets by a specific column, click anywhere in that column. Then open the data menu and then Sort Sheet. Here, you'll find options to sort either in an ascending or descending order. I'll go with the latter, and the campaigns with the most clicks will quickly appear at the top of my spreadsheet. To sort Google Sheets data in an ascending order, I could just pick the other option from the menu. It would work, but unfortunately, it would also push the headers row to the bottom of my spreadsheet. This is because numbers take precedence over text values in an ascending sorting. To prevent that from happening, it's worth freezing the headers row. Now, sorting will work just fine. Another thing you can do in Google Sheets is sort a specific range of data, leaving the rest of the data intact. For example, I'll highlight the first 8 rows. Now I can go to the same data menu and sort that range. The column I started my highlighting from will be available for sorting right from the get-go. So let's go back to sorting by ID, but do it now in a reverse order. If you want to sort by another column or apply more customizations, then you can use the advanced range sorting options. Here, mark if the data has headers. Then pick the column you want to sort by and decide on the order. Through the same menu, you can also sort data in Google Sheets by multiple columns. For example, I'll sort now by clicks and, in case of a tie, will also sort by impressions, both descending. Rather than use the menus, you can enable filters for each of your columns. This will create a convenient way for you to sort the entire sheet by a chosen column and in a chosen order with just 2 clicks. I've shown you so far sorting only for numbers. However, with the very same methods, you can also sort dates, text, and even colors. Here, I'll sort the start dates in descending order, which will push the latest dates to the top. You can also sort Google Sheets alphabetically with the same ease. I've made my spreadsheet a bit more colorful in the meantime. I can now open the filter for the clicks column and sort Google Sheets data based on color. You can do it for both fill and text colors. For example, I'll sort by the light yellow cells, which will push them to the top, leaving the rest of the fields unchanged. There's no fixed hierarchy of colors here that would, for example, place blue cells ahead of green, and so on. To group data by colors, you'll likely need to sort by each color separately. Now, let's talk about the sort function in Google Sheets that can prove to be very useful if you keep adding more data or if the existing data frequently receives updates. As a reminder, the sort function creates a sorted copy of your data. To make it easier for you to spot the differences, I've shrunk my data set a bit and already added a menu for the second data set to the right. The sort function can take in a number of parameters, but only the first one is mandatory. It's a range of cells to sort, for example, A2 to E31, which is my entire data set without the headers row. Next, you choose the column to sort by. You can use the column index, for example, 4 for the clicks or the range of cells. Finally, you decide whether the data should be sorted in an ascending or descending order. I will opt for the latter, so false. This returned the entire data set sorted by clicks, now in the J column. As I mentioned, rather than use an index, you can sort by a range of cells. For example, use D2 to D31 to perform exactly the same sorting. Note, however, that the range you choose here must have the same number of rows as the range for the function. If I was to choose D2 to D10 here, I would quickly get the NA error about mismatched range sizes. When you auto-sort data in Google Sheets with the function, you can also set up multiple columns to sort by. Let's sort for a change by the source of a campaign in an ascending order, and then I'll sort by ID descending for a change. You can add more pairs like that to apply even further sorting. Of course, you don't need to take the whole sheet as a range, but can pick just a subset of your data. For example, I'll focus on the first 5 rows of my data set and return them here with the previously chosen sorting. You can also combine the Google Sheets sort function with any other functions returning data. For example, I'll write a Google Finance formula listing the closing price for Alphabet stock over the last 30 days. If you're interested in how this works, be sure to check out our detailed tutorial. The data for now is sorted by dates in an ascending order. I can put a sort function around Google Finance and sort by the second column in a descending order, which will get me the table sorted by the highest stock price. Another variant of sort function is SORTN. It also sorts data, but can be further customized to return a chosen number of results or, for example, remove duplicates. It features a number of parameters, but only the first one is mandatory. So let's take my whole data set as a range, along with any future rows that may be added. Next, I specify how many rows should be returned. Let's take the 5 best performers. The display ties mode option lets you, for example, tell SORTN to remove duplicates from the results. I won't be showing an example here, but feel free to check out our video on removing duplicates in Google Sheets, where we give a more extensive overview and examples of using SORTN. I just want to return my data as it is, so I'll type in 0 here. Finally, let's sort the entire data set by the 4th column, so clicks, and do it in descending order. Same as for the regular sort function, you can also apply secondary, tertiary, quaternary, and any other further sorting if you desire. And here are my top 5 campaigns by clicks. As you may expect, if any better result appears in the original spreadsheet, the list here will update as well. Last but not least, I wanted to show you one more option that may come in handy when you fetch data from different sources and need to organize it before it's brought to a final spreadsheet or other destination. Coupler.io is a platform for automating data exports from dozens of apps, advertising platforms, CRMs, marketing, sales, accounting, and many other tools. You can merge data from different sources with ease, like I did here for a Google spreadsheet, a CSV file, and another file from Dropbox. Likewise, you can combine different Google Sheets into one. You can sort your data, apply filters, add or remove columns. You may also create new custom fields. For example, calculate a click-through rate for each of the campaigns. You can send your data to spreadsheets, data warehouses, and data visualization tools, as well as refresh it at a chosen frequency. All available with a free trial, no credit card is required. Give it a try now if you'd like. And that's it. Now you know how to sort data in Google Sheets, but if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, share the video with others, and subscribe to our channel so you never miss a thing. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.